Welcome. Have you ever wondered what senior living options are available to you as an aging adult, or if you're an adult child of an aging parent? What are some options that you may be able to help your aging parent with? Maybe you're confused about the different housing options for seniors in general. During this Tuesday Tips Live, I'm going to help you make sense of all the various, the different senior living options, and hopefully I can provide some guidance on finding the best option that fits your needs. So let's stay tuned and we're going to go ahead and get started. First of all, I can say hi, I'm Pam Dunwald. I am one of the two Your Nurse advocates with Your Nurse Advocate Consulting. For years, we've helped hundreds of seniors find the right living situations that best matches their needs and their lifestyle. In this session, we're going to be breaking down all of the different senior housing options, and hopefully then the goal of this video is to help you be able to make an informed decision on possibly what type of senior living arrangement is going to fit you or your loved one. So let's go ahead and jump in. The first one we're going to talk about is assisted living. Now, assisted living, these are residential facilities. This is your home. So this is considered your home. It's not considered like a nursing home facility. This is your residence. And it's specifically designed for seniors who need help with daily activities, maybe things like bathing, medication reminders. This can cost anywhere from $2,500 to $6,000 a month, depending on where you live, how nice the facility is, what options you choose that you need help with. A lot of these facilities, they have what they call an a la carte menu, which means they have a base price, and then depending on what things that you need. So for example, they have a base price and you need help bathing and dressing. That would be an added charge. Maybe you need, instead of being able to take your own medications, you need your medications to be brought to you because you don't remember to take them on your own. That might be an additional charge. So you always want to be aware of what their base fee is, and then what all the extras are included in, and what would be considered an a la carte item. So there's many questions that need to be asked to determine if this facility is good fit for you. Do they prepare any special meals? Is it going to be an apartment? You have your own. Do you need to bring your own furniture? Is it furnished? There's a lot that can go into that. And as nurse advocates, this is what we deal with all the time. So we're always willing to help someone, individualize this and look at your specific or unique situation. All right, so number 2, we're going to talk about independent living apartments. Now, independent living apartments can be in a couple of different ways. They can be kind of like motel style, where it's all on one level and you have a parking lot, or you can pull up in front of your apartment. Or they could be senior living, complex, where you could have floors, elevator, and floors of apartments. Some of these big independent living apartments, they have a community dining. Not all of them provide all meals, but sometimes they provide a dinner meal, or they at least provide a gathering area where people can, potluck and come together and have a meal. So that's one of the advantages of a senior living apartment. Other advantage of a senior living apartment or a community is that oftentimes, if it's low-income senior housing in an apartment, a lot of times the rent is based off of your income. So that's something that you can look into, because there would be a regular apartment and then, an apartment where the rent is based off of your, assisted income for that apartment. So you pay kind of based with your income, and there's a tiered system. So that's the couple of different styles of senior apartments. These are independent apartments. So you the facility is not going to provide anyone to come in and assist you with that. If you need someone to come in and help you set up medications, or you need to have someone come in and do bathing or helping you dress or meal preparation, that would be above and beyond. That would entail you bringing someone into your apartment to do those things. So that those things would not be included in a senior apartment complex. Next thing on the list is home care. Now, there's 2 different kinds of home care. There's medical home care, which would be your skilled nursing, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech therapy, a home health aide, social worker, a dietitian. Those would be people that would come into the home intermittently. They usually come in after a hospitalization or, to help you recover and to assess you and make sure that you are recovering, say, from your pneumonia or your congestive heart failure episode, or if you've had a long illness such as pneumonia or maybe COVID and you need some therapy to get back on your feet. Those would come in your home, and they're usually in your home maybe 3 to 4 weeks. There are some exceptions, but again, a nurse advocate would be able to counsel you and work with you better on your unique situation to see what type of home care would be best for you. The non-medical is where all they're doing is bathing, dressing, light housekeeping, maybe some meal prep, running some errands, some laundry. That's considered non-skill or custodial care. Medicare does not pay for that. That would be either funded by a state or county program or would be private pay. Now, skilled home care, as we talked about with the nurse, a therapist, and that is covered by Medicare. And so that is something that would be a benefit to you if you have a Medicare or a Medicare Advantage plan. The next item on the list is continuing care retirement community. And I know that's a mouthful, CCRC. And what that is we have one, we're in Wisconsin, kind of in a rural area, but we do have one community close by called Moral Home. And what they do is they offer senior apartments where you're very independent. Then they offer an assisted living. Then they offered a nursing home. So they have all of these different types of living levels, all in one campus, all on one in one location. So someone could easily transition from not needing much help all the way to needing nursing home level care and still be able to stay in the same facility. So that is, and depending on what part of that you were in would depend on how much it would cost if you're independent versus assisted living versus nursing home. So, but that would be one place, one move. So that some people do like that concept. Number 5 would be adult daycare centers. Now, Medicare used to pay for adult daycare. They no longer pay for that. So what adult daycare is especially if you're helping with an aging parent, you have an aging mom or a dad maybe living with you and you're working, adult daycare would be an option. It's, again, usually private pay, or in some instances could be county or state fund, could get some funding, but that they go and do activities, and it would be just like a child daycare, but this is for your aging adults. Maybe if they have memory care issues or they can't be left home alone, an adult daycare might be an option. Number 6, a nursing home. Now, a nursing home, skilled nursing facility, I want to make a couple of distinctions here. So when we talk about nursing home, we look at it as two different things. We look at short-term rehab. Say you had a hip or knee replacement and you can't go home, say you live alone, there's no one there to assist you. You're going to need some rehab, especially in a knee replacement, where you're going to need some therapy and you don't have anybody to drive you to outpatient therapy. You may go to short-term rehab at a nursing home, but you're in a skilled bed, and it's different because Medicare will pay 20 days at 100% for that skilled bed, and then 80% for up to 120 days. And after that would be private pay. So Medicare will pay, foot some of the bill if you are going there for rehab. If you are going there just for custodial care, then that is all private pay unless you have a state Medicaid or county funded program where they will give you assistance. This is a whole nother topic to see what you would qualify for. Again, our nurse advocates, we can help you navigate that system to see what you would need to do to see what you would qualify for. Private pay for a nursing home can be anywhere from $7,000 to $8,000 on average per month. Some can provide specialized meals, some can't. I mean, there's lots of questions to answer. You want to look at the Medicare.gov. You want to look at how they rate as far in your area. So make sure you do your due diligence. And so that would be complete care. Some of them specialize in memory care or will accept patients with memory care needs. So these would also be a resident. This would also become your home, staying in a skilled nursing facility if you're there for custodial care. The next one on the list is hospice care. This is something that's pretty close to us. Both Linda and I have extensive experience in home health as well as hospice. And, hospice provides that end of life care with many, many support services to make the patient's time more comfortable and more dignified. Medicare A pays 100% for medications related to your terminal illness and also for equipment. And, you'll have a nurse, you'll have a chaplain, you'll have an aide, you'll have a social worker, you have all these types of services that will be available to you that is all covered. Now, there's a few different ways. A lot of people get confused about where they could get hospice services. So hospice services can be in the home, in your own home, as long as you have someone there. When you can no longer care for yourself, if there is family there or there to support you, you can receive hospice care in the home. You can receive hospice care in a nursing home or an assisted living, wherever they're considered your home. And also some hospices have a residential facility, which is very home-like. It's like a big home with, sometimes 7, 8 or more rooms, depending on how big of an area you live in. And this would be a place where you could go to stay and receive hospice. Now, the only difference is when you go to a hospice residential facility that is furnished by the hospice, Medicare does not pay for the residential fees, the cost of staying there, but they still pay for the same cost of your equipment, medications related to your illness, and also for your nursing care and all those other services we talked about before. So number 8 is a memory care facility. Now, what's the difference? We highlight, or we kind of carve out a memory care facility. It could be an assisted living. It could be a nursing home. And the reason why we single this out is because oftentimes memory care units or facilities come with a higher cost. And that's because when we're looking at residents with memory care issues or dementia issues, they require more staff and they require a closer eye. They require more services to keep them safe and to make sure that they are being well cared for. So don't be surprised if you're asking for a memory care facility, or if you have a loved one or you are facing challenges with dementia, then don't be surprised if the cost is going to be a little bit more expensive for a facility that does specialize in memory care. We're winding down to the end. We've got 2 more to go. So number 9 is respite care. Now, respite care, this type of short-term stay provides caregivers of people with special needs a break from their duties, while loved ones can receive, professional medical care or just companionship during a period of time when they're away from home. If you want to go on vacation, this is usually private pay, again, or you may be able to get some state or county funded, some Medicaid assistance programs. So with respite could be done at a nursing home, as assisted living facility. It could be done in a nursing home or a hospital. You have to do your due diligence. Respite care. So if you're the primary caregiver with someone with some disabilities that can't be left home alone, and you're going to go out of town for a wedding, or you want to go on a vacation, or you need a break, you need a week, you just need some own personal time to provide personal care for yourself, you can choose a respite option. And again, this is usually private pay. The cost will depend on where you're having that respite service provided. Hospitals would be the most expensive, then nursing homes, then assisted livings. So you want to do your homework. Again, this is where a nurse advocate can come alongside you and help sort out these details for you and help you determine what would be the most appropriate setting for the type of facility for a respite. Last but not least, we just want to touch base on veteran. If you are a veteran, you have special, and depending on your service connection, you can receive some services through the VA. The VA, a lot of VA hospitals have inpatient rehab. A lot of VA facilities offer hospice services at the VA. So they do have home supportive programs. They have programs where a doctor and a nurse will come to see the veteran in the home rather than them having to go to the VA clinic. The medications can be provided. It all determines on how service connected you are. So I just recommend that you call your local VA in your area and ask for an assessment. Ask for someone to complete an assessment to determine your level of service connection. And also, and once that's done, you'll be able to find out what services that you will be able to get paid for by the VA. So financing, to wrap this up, financing is probably the most difficult aspect to selecting the right type of living arrangements. Everyone's situation is different. Every state is different. Getting help depends on your income, may or may not depend on owning or living in your home. Every state is different. So it's important to make sure that you know what your state specific regulations are so that you know what you would need to do to qualify. So at your Nurse Advocate Consulting, we understand how intimidating this process can be. So please feel free to reach out if you'd like more information or even if you would like to have a one-on-one conversation with us. We do complimentary discovery calls, 30 minutes. We look at your unique situation, and we promise you that you'll walk away with at least 2 action items. Whether or not you continue to use any of our services, we try and give you at least 2 action items to share some value with you. So the other thing is we encourage you to grab our free course on the ABCs of senior cares. We're going to put this in the comment section on our forum here. We are in the live forum of speaking out on the care of aging parents. And also we will put it in the description for the in the video replay, because in this free course, the ABCs of senior care and terminology, we're going to go over again some of the terminology, including the assisted living. So it'll be more of a refresher and something that you can have, handy at your fingertips. And again, that is a free course. So I just want to say thank you for stopping by. Thank you for spending some time with us. We're going to put the link in, like I said, in the comments in our forum and also in the description. And we look forward to seeing you next week for Tuesday Tips for more information on speaking out on the care of aging parents and helping you be able to navigate the healthcare system as you're aging. So we're offering compassionate care for aging adults and peace of mind for the adult children. So we'll see you next time. Take care.